Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Introducing the Weed Gator. For safe and easy aquatic weed removal, the Weed Gator is the #1 alternative to harsh chemicals for getting rid of pond and lake weeds. Safe and effective. See it in action now at weedgator.net. Made in the USA. Something special's cooking, hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. Santa's favorite stop, Rooftop Landing Reindeer Farm of Clare. Come see and pet real reindeer. Visit the gift shop, get your picture taken in Santa's sleigh. Fun for the whole family. 'Tis the season, Rooftop Landing Reindeer Farm, Clare. Coming up on Michigan Magazine, we're bringing you highlights of the annual My Cutest Baby Pet Show during the Hale Balloon Festival in Hale. The show designed to raise needed funds to feed and board abandoned pets at area animal shelters. And it's a chance to spotlight your unsung family pet. But first, we head into the wilderness of Harrisville, Michigan to watch a master in action. Greg Boik is an artist who turns discarded wood and branches into beautiful rustic furniture and murals. It's all coming up on Michigan Magazine. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare. What began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more. Plus a full menu at the new adjacent Traffic Stop Diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Announcing the Michigan Paddle Sports Directory, your one-stop internet connection at MichiganPaddlesports.com. It's now possible to explore Michigan's extensive waterways like never before. Michigan Paddle Sports Directory is a comprehensive directory of canoe and kayak rentals and liveries throughout the entire state of Michigan. At MichiganPaddlesports.com, you'll find a great paddling route, outfitter, store, school, rental shop, or tour guide. Michigan's great waterways are waiting for you. Make it an adventure worth remembering by first visiting MichiganPaddlesports.com. Deep in the woods of northeastern lower Michigan, you'll find thick groves of cedar and willow trees, displaying a unique character in their branches. And if you look a little closer in the Harrisville area, you might spot this man and his wife, observing these trees a little closer than most. This is artist Greg Boink, and on his frequent treks into the surrounding forests, his eyes are constantly attuned to the unique forms the trees are displaying. With these, Greg painstakingly forms beautiful rustic furniture, perpetuating a very ancient art form. We visited with Greg recently at his outdoor studio, where he told us about how he was first drew to this nearly lost art.
Found a dusty book on top of a shelf in a bookstore.
Really?
And I was out in Montana, and Livingston, Montana, and wiped the dust off of it, and it was on rustic furniture, and kind of got some ideas from just looking at the pictures, and had to teach myself because I contacted, well, maybe 50 people in the back of that book and got responses from 3, and they really didn't want to share their ideas.
Really?
They wanted to keep their secrets and pass them down from family to family, and I think that's probably what has kept the art form from developing over the years. Is everybody keeps their secrets to themselves, and it kind of makes it tough to learn.
I guess so, but once you learn it, you kind of want to keep the secrets to yourself, too.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get a hold of. What was your first piece? You recall what your first piece was that you did?
That was a chair that I made. I tell you what, it went together a little easier than I figured it was going to, and I was really proud when I got it done. I walked away from the thing, took about 3 steps back and looked at it, and the whole thing just completely blew up on me. And it went about 4 different directions, and the wood all split. And, so then I had to hit it again and try to figure out what the heck I was doing wrong. So, but it's just every year, every springtime when I come out, everything just seems to change because we make a lot of one-of-a-kind pieces. So it's fun. You never get trapped into an area where you're making the same thing repetitiously over and over again. You can see we create anything from doll furniture all the way to canopy beds.
Yeah, I see that now. I see that you don't process the wood like you say into boards, into slats or whatever. It's just the raw material formed, isn't it?
Yes, everything's left in its natural state.
So you taught yourself more about this new beautiful work here. Yeah. Can we set this up just a little bit and see what you're doing?
This is some work my wife did on the top of the table too. And, the whole thing. It's a inlaid style of a tabletop. You really don't find very many people at all doing this in the United States.
I see. You also you shape and form the wood. Now this has got to be a willow, right?
Yeah, this is the willow here.
Okay.
This is an ash that the frame is made out of. It's a very forgiving wood. It's every piece comes out a little unique because I try not to use the real straight pieces, and I measure everything with my hands and level it all by eye. And the tools I'm using right here are pretty much what I make the furniture with. So.
Oh, great! Now this is an actual artist at work because he used no, really power tools. Say power tools. It's all by hand, isn't it?
Well, once in a while when I'm cutting my tabletops and whatnot, I'll get out the skill saw and whatnot.
Do you find yourself walking through the woods now, looking at it as a piece of furniture every once in a while, how they would look as wood?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yes.
Where would you get your best inspiration? I mean, what would be? How do you get your inspiration? Just walking through the woods, or?
Yeah, well, just nature gives you its own ideas. It's really the best tool I have to use is Mother Nature. Looking at the branches and the way it's formed its own. The trees form themselves. I lived out in the mountains for 14 years, and I get a lot of my inspiration from that, and I don't really know how that ties into the furniture, but I find myself thinking that direction a lot. I'm going to try to develop a little bit of a market out there this summer around Yellowstone Park. And I was really making it for myself and my friends and my family and whatnot, and all of a sudden when I moved back to the state, I saw it in a few of the magazines that started showing up, and a few of the stores downstate, and I told my wife, I said, well, look, this is the stuff that we're already making, and we really had never tried anything like this before, so we just got some art show applications and started going around the state doing art shows.
What kind of reception are you getting? Are you getting pretty positive reception?
Well, we've been doing it now for 5 years, so it goes pretty good. The last couple of years have been hard on the artist, just in general, as far as the sales and whatnot goes. But when you find something you love, it's hard to give up. That's for sure.
Well, you said that when you first started that you stepped back and looked at your project that you did and it kind of fell apart. But what would you say would be the biggest misconception that you had about creating something like this? Was it anything that you passed along?
I thought it would be a lot easier than it is. It's a lot more work just to even just go out into the woods and drag the materials in. Everything has to be hand selected. I can't go out and just take any tree. You have to check for the bugs and for the strength. You have to experiment with the different varieties of wood. I know up here in Michigan we have 4 different varieties of willow that I've found. And 2 of them work really nice, and the other 2 completely fall apart. So
really?
It's a trial and error thing. When I use a new material or a new kind of wood, I have to more or less let the piece sit around for almost a year and see how it's going to hold up, so that when I go out and take it out to sell, I know what I'm talking about and see how it's going to last.
So there is a difference between the wood, what you would use for a couch, than what you would use for a table, right? Or
yeah, well, the different strengths. Yeah, when I have to get into the pieces that you have to sit in, I like to one of the niches that I've fallen into is the durability and the strength of my furniture. I instead of using the willow like a lot of the old timers used that I saw for the framework, I got into using the hardwoods, and I have a little problem with checking and whatnot, but I've kind of taken care of that, and so it's not cracking on me, and I get a lot more strength out of my materials.
It's just something that you've gathered as you've gone along. It's something that...
Well, when I sat in a willow chair that I make completely out of willow, even with the framework, I weigh 270 pounds, and when I sat in it, it was bouncing. And when I went to the hardwoods, I could make a frame that wouldn't give when I sat in it, so that's the direction I went into.
What's the largest project you've ever did?
Oh, geez, I'd say canopy beds. It just varies on what anybody wants. We'll do anything anybody wants. So.
And it's you and your wife who put them together?
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
That's a joint project. She's out there in the swamps with me. She's out there with the hip boots on and walking in the water, cutting the willow, and out in the woods, dragging the wood through the woods.
My gosh, it's a family type thing now.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Maybe you can show us what you're doing on this project right here. What do you got to do there, Greg?
This is an inlaid tabletop, and this is an old heart design that I found off of in a book that a guy had on a chair on a table that he made back in the 1800s, and I just thought it was a pretty unique little pattern that he used there, and I don't mind using somebody's material if it's somebody old like that, but I hate to see people copy. People ask me if I soak the material, if I treat it. I'm all self-taught, so technically I might be doing it wrong as far as the book might tell me, or as far as an old-timer might tell me, but I just wrestle the material into place.
Do you soak any of your items at all, or not at all? This is all?
I don't.
Just find the one that's the best suited for it.
And well, I go by a combination, by a little bit of the feel, and by the sound of it. I can hear it and I can feel it in my hands. I can feel it when it's starting to give and when it's starting to go on too far.
Oh, really?
It's gone too far. So it's kind of a more of a touch thing than it is a.
It's kind of an artist thing, as I say.
Yeah.
So no two pieces are alike. I mean, there's no way it can be, really.
No.
This design is taken from what? An ancient? I mean,
This was
a long time ago.
This was off of a piece that was in the Adirondack Mountains. That's a lot of the furniture I like looking at, is the stuff that was off in the Adirondacks there, that the DuPonts and Rockefellers and all those were at out there in upstate New York and whatnot. And just kind of form it around. This other one comes out a little different. It just dresses the tables up a little bit and gives it a little different,
Character.
look. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Well, Greg, we talked a little bit about the furniture that you've done. I also see that you're into something else, which is also very unique.
Well, it's just something I kind of made up on my own. I've been developing it over the last couple of years, and in the house I have various pictures, some eagle pictures done. I have some wildlife I'm working on. It's just an idea I came up with, and I just this is where it's gone to. It starts off with something a little smaller like this, and before I knew it, I was getting into a little different area there. So
when do you find time to do things like that? Do you have to be inspired, or I see you work outside? Do you have to wait till the weather breaks?
This something like this. That's what I do. I just kind of put it down, and when I get stuck on it, and when I look at it, and all of a sudden I get an idea, and I'll just go with it. And so this was done kind of like little at a time, whereas the other pieces I sit down and I'll make the furniture, the whole thing. So.
I tell you what, the work here is just fantastic, and you make it from the beautiful woods of Michigan here in the Harrisville area. Greg, I'd like to thank you for taking time to show us your beautiful talent here. Thank you very much for being on Michigan Magazine.
Thank you.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Misty of Sweet Misty Sweets in Luzerne is waiting for you with delicious banana splits and other ice cream goodies and fresh coffee, donuts, pastries, humongous, and Dunkin' cookies. All sizes of cakes. Planning a wedding? Call Misty. Creating smiles daily and for a lifetime. Sweet Misty Sweets, north of the light in Luzerne. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale.
I think we had more registers than we actually ever had. Even our first year was our best year, but I think that this is actually beat that. So we're hoping to tally up some numbers at the end here. Hopefully it was a better day for the donations for the shelter as well. And we had a beautiful day for it.
Fantastic. Yeah, let everybody know where the funds go. You just mentioned it just briefly, but it goes to a good cause. This is something that people can be proud of entering.
It does. We do this every year, our 6th annual, and every dime goes to the Iosco County Humane Society. Me, my family, my friends, we put this on as a part of my business, Carrie's Gentle Grooming, for them every year, and all the proceeds go right to the shelter.
And it's going to be a good one next year too. We want everybody to start planning. You don't have to have a very specially talented pet, but something that people can bring and show off and support a great cause.
Absolutely. And it's a blast every year. It's a good time. So.
And we urge everybody to kind of check out the animal shelters before they do any deciding on
shopping for pets. Yes.
Shopping, yes, you betcha. Thanks, Carrie.
Yep. Thank you.
is your miracle dog, right? Okay,
Yeah.
you got her at a shelter?
Yeah, we got her at the Saginaw County Animal Shelter.
Isn't that super? She's got that's what it's all about.
Yeah, rescuing dogs.
Rescue dog. And your name is?
Natalie.
Natalie, and who do we have here?
Dylan.
Dylan, and who's over there?
Boy.
Roy, okay. And your name is?
Elvina.
And we urge everybody to check out the animal shelters because there's a lot of animals that are just waiting for that very special forever family home. And you two, you guys, you three, you four, really look like you're really getting along. I mean, she's really a fine little dog.
Oh, she is. Great pet.
Yes,
Here, rescue animals really are good pets to
Yeah,
have.
isn't that something? They seem to be more appreciative and are glad to have a home.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
And she's really cute and she's really lovable.
There you go. What's her name?
This is Snuggles.
Snuggles.
Can you look at the camera? Can you look at the
Oh,
camera?
my.
Can you look at the camera?
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a great day. Buddy the Boston Terrier. And he's got a ball. Now he looks like a pumpkin, he's a chocolate lab. This is Boik. Boik is a poodle of a different color.
Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. Your northern experience is never complete without a stop at the historic Ma Dieters of Luzerne. Enjoy the ambiance inside or outside on the huge patio area. Order from the complete menu with entrees served hot, fresh, and good. Come experience Ma Dieters in the heart of God's country, Luzerne, Michigan. Thanks for joining us in Michigan Magazine. For more information on today's show, visit us online at michiganmagazinetv.webs.com or email us at michiganmagazine@gmail.com. Till next we meet here, join us online at all our social media outlets 24/7. Have a great week. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. Hingeman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years. Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mayo, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mayo. Shopping for that special person just got easier when you shop at Rose City Drug at 2640 North M33, just south of the Rose City city limits. You'll find gifts for everyone on your list from 1 to 100. Shop online or in person at Rose City Drug, Rose City.